there at the end. Tyler swung the momentum our way with that pick six, and the coaches told they told us when the defense was on the field, hey, we're going to count on you guys to make some huge plays for us. And I think we just did our part and went out and executed the best we could.
Was there a specific play that you can look to as maybe a turning point in this game? Obviously, the long touchdown pass was a big one, but was there something that you looked to as a turning point?
I would say Tyler Sash's play. His awareness, just taking the ball down there and going 80-plus yards, and swung the tide and woke everybody up. The crowd got back into, gave us hope on offense, and the defense were doing their part for the majority of the game. And it was our time in the second half to come out and back those guys up was a point. So we did that.
What do you say to your quarterback after he comes off the field after throwing his fourth and fifth pick? I mean, how do you react? How do you get him back in the game?
You do the exact opposite. You don't say anything to him because he's got a million things going through his head. Obviously, he's thrown 4 picks. He's seeing things. He's dealing with the wind. We weren't getting that great of protection. So, he knew that he just needed to settle down and things were going to open up for us, and we just had to keep going, keep attacking. And we really just ran some things that we ran earlier in the game. Later in the game, we just executed. That's all it was, and that's really all it is with us. And second half's our half.
We talk about your touchdown catch, tiptoeing down the sidelines and then coming back in, and just take me through it.
Well, like I said earlier, it was the play we had ran earlier in the game, and we didn't get that great of protection. And I came back and told Ricky, his coach, and it was wide open. We really need to come back in the game, and coach said we were, and he was just waiting for the right opportunity to. Came off Marvin's big play, and we wanted to attack him again with another big play. And I just ran the same route, and I knew Rick knew where I was going to be. The guy, I saw that, deep guy, whoever that was, the safety, was gonna, thought I was going to try to beat him in the corner or, beat him at an angle, and I just set him up and cut back and it worked out.
Have you ever seen a game change so dramatically, so quickly?
Oh, never in my life. It was, I could say, for some reason, maybe I say this every week, but there was a point in the game where I was never so scared, I was a little nervous, like, oh, man. But, as we do each and every week, we play the full 60. As long as there's, time left on the clock and Rick's back there leading us, there's hope. And I'm sorry. Next question.
Is Ricky ready for a straitjacket? Because it's insane what he's doing. I mean, he's brushing us off. He's like a thief out there,
It's unbelievable. It's like he's setting people up, he's setting them up. He's just incredible. I mean, the way he's able to stay calm and keep his composure, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, the guy's throwing pick sixes, 4 picks, 5 picks, and, he just doesn't give up. As long as there's time on the clock, there's a chance for us to win with him. And I said it earlier in the season. I said it before the season. I wouldn't rather be going to battle each Saturday with another guy taking the snaps because there's something about his aura, his energy, his demeanor. It's a winning demeanor. We're 9-0 right now, so I feel like it's kind of accurate.
Your touchdown catch was a different play than Marvin's. It was still sort of a play action.
Yeah, it was a play action. It was a different play, but similar concept. We just went out, executed the play, and tried to give our team a chance to win this game. Every week, instead of somebody else, somebody different in each position, making a big play.
Was the north end zone the one that I think Ricky threw all 5 of his interceptions into that end zone? Was the wind that bad? 4 or 5?
It was, I felt like I was behind guys a couple of times, and the ball was just hanging up there, and it gave the safeties and those DBs the time to recover. And people don't realize that was a huge part of why we threw those picks. Those things were sailing up there, but I think, and then we came back and threw the 2 touchdowns going the other way with the win. So it's just a matter of us executing and keeping our heads up and not giving up. Knowing that, as long as we have time on the clock, we can get it done.
What was today like for the offense? Because it seemed like it was either first down was turning into 2nd and 15, or it was celebrating a touchdown.
I'm like, why every time I look up, it seems like it's 3rd and 13. And, we weren't able to really sustain anything going in the first and second down. in the first half. You know what I mean? So we were finding ourselves in a hole quick, and you know, those 3rd and 13s, those are hard to convert. So, you know, and I think once Coach O'Keefe figured out we can beat these guys, you know, with play action and bootlegs and things like that, it worked out for us. So, you know, early in the game, you don't know what to expect. People game plan, you know, they kind of have a certain approach. And I think, you know, Indiana's had a different approach for a lot of their games. And, you know, we just had to adjust to see what they were doing early on. And then once we made the adjustment, Coach O'Keefe made the correct adjustment. That's just a tribute to him.
Both, you say both touchdowns there in the end were play action?
Yeah.
Play action.
Yep.
Talk about, is that something you spotted, or is that something you were waiting to use?
Well, they were aggressive in the. I mean, they were shutting us down a little bit in the run game. I mean, they were in the backfield a little bit. They had a couple sacks, and we really couldn't get past a lot of scrimmage. And so, you know, because they were so aggressive in the run game, we thought, you know, we could play action them and bootleg them, and that was Coach O'Keefe's call, and he did a tremendous job.